Hey people, Intro here, 3v3 Faction War. This is Argent Shelf Redux and Imperial Guard versus Eldar Game 3. For the blue Eldar team, we have Adila as a Farseer support commander that fights in melee combat. Lots of great buffs with some debuffs and control abilities too. Alongside Mathis sticks to the Eldar Warlock, melee commander that can leap into combat. Awesome disruption and mobility, can also tank damage pretty damn well. And Topi sticking with his Warp Spider Exarch, teleporting commander that fights range combat to begin with. Really good at capping and harassing early on with some awesome control abilities too. And the red Imperial Guard team, we have Torpid as a Lord General, fights range combat, begins with this retinue to help him out. Really good defense and support. And the Farseer being annoying there. Alongside we have Yarrick as a Commissar Lord, good offense and support, fights in melee combat and has a refractor field, Steel Legion elite scheme. And Caeltos switching back to the Lord General. Single cap very early on for the Imperial Guard. They haven't taken a natural yet, which is a bit odd. Multi-last turret up for Caeltos. And here comes Yarrick. Banshees on the field for Topi. It's a long map, so gates could be very, very useful here. Sentinel on the field for Torpid also has a multi-last turret back there, and going to be a bit trickier for Eldar on this west side since it's so narrow here, and they can't really use their mobility to flick in and out and chuck grenades around and stuff. It's very, very narrow on that VP side. 481, 500, 2-to-1 cap. And it's double Banshees for Topi. That leads me to believe he's going to get the group teleport going. Banshees running in to use their war shout and suppressing 3 squads with it. Yarrick has 3 Imperial Guardsmen, but the Banshees are persuaded to leave. Ouch, there's a nasty disruptor though. Wow, that killed a bunch of models. Warlock now in retreat, and Imperial Guard hold the mid. Warps for Exarch went down as well, so he's not going to be group teleporting anything anytime soon. Torpid coming inward slightly to try and cap the contested power there, but then spots Adila coming up behind him. Shuriken on the field, and he's keeping it there, thinking that maybe Torpid will try and flank around, but now he knows he's not, and there's a fleet to get forward. I think you can wipe out these turrets with 2 grenade throws. Let's see. Yep, down it goes. 442, 500. Farseer will get a decap, but should back away afterwards. Yes, still took a bunch of damage though from that Sentinel. Imperial Guard are setting up shop in the mid. Lots of buildable cover going up. There's another multi-laser turret. This one is still around also. Warps of Exarch back to his feet, and he is getting the improved warp generator. The contested VP uncapped. Medical Sergeant purchased for Torpid. What about Caeltos? Yes, he does have the Medical Sergeant also, and the grenade launchers, which can be pretty nasty against light infantry. So we'll see how they do. Double shurikens though. We've seen a lot of good shuriken play from the Eldar players. They've used them heavily in the first 2 games, generally to good effect. They did lose a bunch of them in the first game though. Catachun's on the field for Torpid. Pretty good, I think, in this narrow lane. Up to 900 hit points now out the gate. 439, 500. And Yarrick, after supporting Torpid for a few seconds, now comes back mid, and he does have the aura of discipline. Double Banshees group teleporting in, causing all sorts of problems, forcing off a couple of Guardsmen squads, and Eldar are pushing up smart as well. They come up that eastern flank there after the Banshees teleported in. 428, 500, and here comes that Commissar. Such a good accessory, the aura of discipline, especially if you have Ogryns alongside it. West side, 420, 500, and Torpid is keeping Adila pushed back quite well here. He has double shurikens, suppresses the Catachuns, but they will get out of harm's way eventually. Catachan's so good at dealing with shurikens. Not only can they disrupt them with their all reliable, but they can also drop that smoke bomb, which gives you suppression immunity, I'm pretty sure, and a bunch of range damage resistance as well. Nice grenade. But can they get away? Mathis' Dire Avengers, they do get away. 417, 500. Double shurikens. Nicely placed here. Whole bunch of guardsmen that really can't do a lot to shurikens. And Imperial Guard are gradually being pushed back into their own territory. I think they had a very good start and decided to go straight to tier 2. So Yarrick goes tier 2, as does Torpid. Caeltos is floating slightly. 417, 500. This could be a nasty grenade. Nope, they don't have the energy to throw it. Just getting behind that cover there. Torpid is holding that west side. And there's another group teleport. Ouch. Actually teleported in his shuriken. I don't think he wanted to. Instantly retreats out, and this is going to be nasty. Going to lose at least 2 generators, you would think. These banshees are not moving. There we go. 403, 500. Adila needs some Wraith Guard. That's for sure. He's not started tier 2 yet though, so he's a bit of a way off getting Wraith Guard. Catachans have dropped an improvised explosive there, so they do have their demolition man now, up to 10 and 50 hit points with the demolition. Doesn't give you a new model, but does still give you the plus 25 hit points per model. Warp Spider in retreat level 2, causing all sorts of havoc with that group teleport, but they have forced off the Banshees and that commander. So that wasn't too bad. Not sure how many generators they lost. Maybe none. For 376, 500. Can Adila get this VP back? He's moving in. 4 grenade throws again to take out the turrets. Can they repair through it? They can repair through it. 369, 500. Shuriken getting shots in. The Ghost Helm is up for the Farseer. It's a bit strange to see. I think he's got this for the Catachans, so they can't get close with their shotgun blast and stuff. Down goes the Shuriken. Guide up on the Guardian weapon team, doing a lot of damage there. Oh, reliable, knocking the Farseer off the cap. A precision strike with the oh, reliable there. 351, 500. Looking pretty even in the mid, but it might be time for Mathis to come to this west side and help. They haven't lost the VP yet in this game, the Imperial Guard team. It's well overdue. Mathis going over there and helping. Yarrick was down there helping a little bit at the start. Look at this. Chimera is up and it has spawned the relay beacon that locks down the Chimera, gives it some more hit points and makes it take less damage, but vulnerable in that static state, of course. Here comes Torpid, pushing all the way up this west side. Disruptor not doing a whole lot thanks to that refractor field from the Commissar retinue member, but this Shuriken is mighty close, and it is then disrupted. Look at this harassment here from the Lord General and the Catachans. Catachans are now in a bit of trouble. That special attack was nasty, and there's 2 commanders wailing on them. Warlock and the Farseer level 2 and level 1, but there's a Chimera and a whole bunch of infantry get out of it and start shooting the crap out of everything. 307, 500. Lord General now dropping retinue members to melee attacks, but does get out of trouble okay-ish. Reinforcing that Stormtrooper retinue. Look at this, Imperial Guard pushing up, and they're generatoring the mid node there with that buildable cover, and you see that Aura of Discipline doing its thing as well. Yarrick now has double heavy weapon squad. Might know he's got a las cannon. I was going to think we might see double auto cannons, but no. 284, 500, still a 2-to-1 cap, and fire dragons on the field for Adila to try and combat this Chimera. Need to get close to it and use guide. Wraith Guard for Mathis. They should all be getting Wraith Guard, I think. He's gone for Warp Spiders though, Topi.
The forces of
Heavy turrets getting shots from very long range, as you saw there. Has vehicle armor as well, so needs to get close with that Wraith Guard basically, or try and get his Banshees into melee. Also has the power blades up on the Warps of Exarch, so there is a whole bunch of heavy melee damage here. Oh, we've gone for the Executioner heavy turret with that Plasma Destroyer on top, and there it does its thing. Look at the damage from that Warp Throw. Setting up the Wraith Guard volley, maybe. Wraith Guard going straight for the turret, but they do have some allied Banshees there. Banshee's doing a good job disrupting stuff with that group teleport, and the las cannon being tied up. Banshees though cannot get past the heavy weapon squad with the heavy bolter covering the beacon, and the heavy turret lives as well. Manticore up on the field for Caeltos. Are they going to push, or are they going to sit with what they have? Need to try and at least bash the power. I think we do have some guardsmen coming up this east side, and Adila is getting close to this VP. Some Ogrins now on the field for Torpid and for Caeltos, and Caeltos will be supported by the Aura of Discipline, so these Ogrins might do very, very well indeed. And they are pushing forward to the VP. They're going for the triple. Still absolutely no assistance here for Adila. Mathis lost a lot of stuff in that push. 215, 500.
We have lost the generator to MG5.
Fire Dragon is doing good damage to the Ogrins, but not nearly enough to stop them advancing. And we might see a power bash, and Imperial Guard doing very well. Mathis is going to struggle to recover from that, I think. Going to be a triple. Or maybe not. Here come Wraith Guard. Cracked. Commissar Lord with the power sword and carapace now. 185, 500. Eldar sneaking up the east side, are they? Trying a very wide flank, maybe. Double cap. Gonna be the 2-to-1 again. But Torpid continues to really heavily push this west side, and those Ogrins were a shrewd choice, I think. There is still a Shuriken, but it's only one, and he can bypass that with Carapace, which he does have. Patrician still milling around as well, very dangerous for anything that wants to try and get close. 146, 500. Another Manticore strike, dodged. But there's a constant threat of that now. Look how far back it is. There's no way they can push against it unless Topi can get close and use his group teleport. He's lost one of his Banshees. Falcon for Adila now. Here come the Ogrins. What are they going after? Fire Dragons, I think. Yes. 129, 500. Mathis needs to go over there and help. Here he comes, finally. With double Wraith Guard, I think he's going over. Big meta mistake in this game. Not supporting your ally on this map on the west side can be disastrous, and we've seen it here. Instead of pushing mid so much, sometimes it's just better to support your ally and get this contested, because it can be very difficult to push the mid on Argent. Tier 3 for Topi. Tier 3 for Torpid, and Yarrick is already there. 106, 500. Are the Imperial Guard going to win this without losing a VP after 2 losses? Group teleport. Here come Banshees. Eventually get moving, but they're going to be forced off. No, they're not. I thought they were going to meet a wall of lasgun fire, but no. Just in time though, the Commissar is there with none shall fall active, so none of that stuff died in retreat once he got close enough. 89, 500. Still the 2-to-1 cat. Manticore strike finishes off the Falcon. Nicely hit there from Torpid, from Caeltos, sorry, who has the Manticore in the middle. 80, 500. Fist of Brockus, not only does it have that spectacular buff, none shall fall, preventing losses, it's also an 85 DPS heavy melee weapon, so it's gonna hurt. Shuriken now is right in his face though, and he is forced off. Wraith Guard trying to push. Chimera edging forward. Needs to be careful. Because there's a Power Blades, Warp Spider Exarch, and double Wraith Guard moving up. Basilisk creeping barrage from Torpid. Knocks the Warp Spider Exarch off the cap. And that is so annoying. Here come Ogryns pushing mid. These are Caeltoses, right? Yes. Tier 3 for Caeltos now. Leman Russ on the way for Yarrick. And Eldar looking pretty depleted here. Can they cap this and get a VP off that counter? Torpid trying to stop them, but he's basically against 2 players here now. Ogryns getting in. Were suppressed very late, but now a Shuriken is on them. Warp Spider won't finish the cap and goes down. Ogryns now in retreat. But the double Wraith Guard are going to be scary. Oh, Reliable goes off. Trying to force melee combat on the Wraith Guard. Very, very risky. And doesn't quite pay off. But look at this. Eldar's Natural has been decapped, so they're not going to get a VP off them. 31,500. Manticore just forcing stuff to move back slightly. There's a Bright Lance here now. Caeltos dodging all of those Wraith Cannon shots. Wow. Very bad at hitting moving targets unless you attack ground with the Wraith Guard. D-Cannon now coming for Mathis. I think that's why he went tier 3 so quickly. Try and get those D-Cannons up. Double Ogryns. Who would have thunk it? And they've done this with only 1 Manticore. 15,500. Mathis needed to support that west side way earlier. It's put the Eldar in this position. They're going to win this without losing a VP, I think. Pretty sure they are. Might even finish it with a triple. They don't even need the triple. 2 VPs remaining, and they're going to take this with a very, very solid performance. Imperial Guard take the last game, so it is not a 3-0 whitewash. Very competent there. Held mid solidly, and Torpid had the west side for the majority of the game, and it's down to Mathis and or Topi to go over there and help out, and they did not do so until right at the end of the game. Way too late then. Look at the commanders. Level 3 Farseer had a level 4 Warlock who did have Warp Throat. Level 4 Warps Rex up, fully kitted out. Did a couple of good plays with his group teleport, but it wasn't devastating. Lord General level 4 for Torpid. Commissar Lord level 4 with the awesome Aura of Discipline. And we also had a level 3 Lord General from Caeltos. There you have it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this series, and I will see you next time.